The first time I met Georgina Tucker was at lunch for her 100th birthday. The server comes to the table and says, what would you like to drink today? And she very kindly, as a perfect host would, reaches over and touches my arm and says, well, what would you like to drink? And barely as she finishes saying that, she turns her head to the server. I'll have a scotch on the rocks. And I'm thinking, I'll have the same. If she can live to be 100 drinking scotch on the rocks, then that obviously is the drink of choice. It was awesome.
She was a pioneer, if you will, as a professional, having graduated from Washington State in 1933, and she immediately went to work for Western Hotels, and she used to work in a male-driven environment, which had to have been very difficult for her. And I think she was a trailblazer in many regards.
I first met Gina in '57. I'm sure Gina had a background more in the food and beverage industry, and accepted the opportunity to become executive housekeeper of the Century Plaza.
Georgina was one of the very first students in the hospitality program, taking a hospitality class back in 1932, 1933-ish. And at that time, women worked in kind of the food service side of it. But over her career, she is the woman that's credited with professionalizing housekeeping. She sort of professionalized the executive housekeeper role. She literally wrote the books on housekeeping that are still used today, actually.
And she was an innovator in that she brought new ideas, and she had an open mind. And Gina brought the professionalism to the housekeeping position. Probably one of her major claims to fame is the idea of folding the toilet tissue into a little tip every time that the room attendants would make up the room. And that became widely known throughout the industry and throughout the world as the Tucker tip.